I am absent-minded when it comes to that recording. Okay, now we got it going. Thank you. Um, I'm so glad that you remind me because if I don't, I would surely forget it. Even when you remind me, I forget it. Um, Let me see if I've got anybody here that's here that I don't have marked already. Uh, doesn't look like it, so we're still missing people. Okay, the group that's going first today is let me see, I've got it pulled up over here. Group 4 with Instagram. Are all of y'all here? Yes? No? Group 4?
Good morning, Dr. Martinez. We're still waiting
Good morning.
for one more member. We're not sure why.
Okay.
We
And who is
all,
the member huh?
uh, I believe it's Samantha, but
Samantha
yeah,
Wallace.
we're not sure.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Group 2. Let's see. Group 1. Are y'all all here?
As far as I can tell, yeah, we're all here.
Okay. Would y'all like to go first?
I just sent a text in our little group chat making sure that everybody was in, but as long as everybody says
Okay.
yes, we should be good to go.
Okay, super. I'm going to well, everybody's got the rights to share. So whoever's going to share your thing is fine. We'll give y'all a minute to answer back. I have the list somewhere. I can probably just call their names if they're not checking their Discord. Um,
Everybody responded that we're all good, so we should be good to get started.
okay, super. Then if y'all don't mind going first while we wait for Samantha and whoever wants to share the PowerPoint has the ability to.
Sure. And then would you mind if we asked, would you like us to show off the flyer at all, or would that just be something we
Yeah,
see?
please do show the flyer also. You
Okay.
can do it before or after you describe it, but yeah, absolutely, we want to see the flyer.
Awesome. So then I'll get started with the flyer and I'll give the person who's sharing um, the presentation a little bit to get ready. So let me just set that up.
Okay, super. Remember that when you're speaking, your camera needs to be on unless you've spoken to me ahead of time with some extenuating circumstance. This would be really pretty if you printed it out. Nice job.
Cameron, your mic is muted.
Thank you so much. So our presentation is going to be on YouTube and how it can be used in healthcare. I'm going to do the first couple portions of the flyer and then somebody else will take over. The first portion is what is YouTube? Everybody knows it's the largest sharing video platform in the world. It's owned by Google and it was bought in 2006. There are a bunch of ways that YouTube assists in marketing. It acts as a searchable and visual platform for brand awareness, allows businesses to share their products and services, and it can be very educational, especially in healthcare, on how to make certain decisions regarding your care plans. How to sign up. YouTube is ran by Google, so using an existing Google account or Gmail account to sign in is super easy. And once you're signed in, you can go to youtube.com and use the Google Apps drop down menu and click on the YouTube app. Click sign in on the top right of the YouTube homepage, and you can watch YouTube and interact with any of the content on there. Ask questions through the comments or message any creators that make content specifically for healthcare. And then there's some other ways that YouTube assists in marketing, and I will let somebody else go over the uses in healthcare currently.
Wait, can I present the presentation first? Is that okay?
Yeah, Cameron, you'll have to shut
Yeah.
yours down for her to join with the PowerPoint. Thank you.
Should be good to go, me.
Let me figure this out.
You got it. Good job.
Okay. Um, Yes. Okay, cool. And it's everyone in the group here.
Do you guys want me to start or wait for everyone else to turn the camera?
You can go ahead and start.
Okay, so we did healthcare on YouTube. I'm Vanessa. We have Celeste, Christian, Aaron, May, and Cameron. Can you switch the slide, please?
Can you see?
No,
Did
it's
it?
the first slide.
Oh, oh, wait. I don't know why it's paused. Sorry.
May, if you go back and click share entire screen, when you click full
Oh,
screen, it'll show the whole presentation.
how do you do that? Do you think you could share the screen? I don't know how this works. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're all good. I'm looking and seeing if I can figure it out right now as well. Give me one
Sorry,
second.
guys.
It's okay. Technical difficulties are a part of my
Yeah.
life. So I understand.
All right, is the presentation sharing full screen?
Yep,
Yeah.
you got it.
Awesome. Just let me know when you guys want me to move.
Okay, so we did the healthcare on YouTube, and then starting with our overview, we're gonna discuss what is YouTube, and then we'll get into how you actually sign up, some examples of YouTube in healthcare, ways YouTube can help assist marketing, some trust and awareness on YouTube, and then overall content that you can see on YouTube that relates to healthcare.
All right, so what is YouTube? So YouTube is a platform where users can view and share videos on websites. YouTube is one of the biggest video sharing websites in the world. It was founded in 2005 in San Mateo, California, and is currently owned by Google. The company Google bought the platform for about like 1.65 billion back in 2006. So 1 year after the platform's creation, they like saw the potential. The platform enables people groups and companies to set up channels via like their like via their devices, and hospitals and medical professionals can really utilize YouTube to communicate relevant medical information through videos, educate patients, and raise health awareness. So yeah, you guys can move forward or on to the next slide.
All right, so I can go over this page. How to sign up for YouTube. I briefly discussed it when we were looking over the flyer. It's very simple. As long as you have a Gmail or Google account, you'll be able to access the app. And then as soon as you're signed in, you can comment, like, upload any sort of videos, just using the same YouTube homepage that we talked about before.
So, YouTube in healthcare. So, as mentioned before, it can be used to educate patients to help people better understand their health. Healthcare organizations can post videos that describe medical disorders, treatment, drugs, and preventative care. So, just I guess like little informational videos is the best way to put it. Support medical training. It can be, I guess like the platform can be used by medical professionals and students for medical practices, reviewing procedures, and learning new techniques, and improving communication with the community to and this can be done like by engaging the public and building confidence with hospitals when they share updates, health campaigns, and community initiatives.
Okay, so next we're going to move on to some ways that YouTube can assist marketing for healthcare. So first, YouTube acts as a searchable and visual platform for building brand awareness because it is both a video platform and a search engine. Organizations can upload content that people can easily find when searching for topics relating to their care. Next, YouTube allows organizations to share their products and services through content. They can create videos such as demonstrations, tutorials, and reviews that help customers or patients understand how their products or services work and what benefit it offers. Another benefit is enhanced trust and engagement. Video content um, helps patients feel more connected to the organization because they can see and hear information directly from the organization, and viewers can interact through the comments and like subscriptions and likes, which can strengthen the relationship between the organization and its patients. Organizations can also run ads that are shown to specific audiences based on like their age, interest, or location. This way, the marketing campaigns will be more effective because it will reach those who are more likely to be interested in that type of healthcare. And then YouTube can draw in potential patients through through the links in video descriptions. These links would directly um, send them to like a website where they can find all the information that they may need. And then for building trust and brand awareness, first of all, organizations build awareness through discoverability. When organizations create videos with clear titles, keywords, or useful topics, their content can appear in search results and recommendations. This allows new audiences to discover the organization even though they were not actively looking for it. And then videos build trust faster than text. When audiences can see or hear a person explaining the product or service, it feels more personal and authentic, and then the patients will more likely to trust that brand with the information that is being shared. Another important factor is educational content. This allows organizations to establish authority because it demonstrates the knowledge and the expertise that they have, and this puts the organization in a position where they seem reliable. Longer videos allow organizations to explain topics more in depth because it provides more detailed information and it shows transparency. And then consistency is key. Posting regular content helps the organization be visible and remind its patients of its presence. And then over time, because consistent content builds familiarity and it strengthens trust.
Sorry. Okay, so for trusting health-related information online or on YouTube, it can be really hard, especially when there are people that spread misinformation online. So in 2022, YouTube introduced YouTube Health, which was the initiative created by YouTube to improve the quality of information on platforms. So the goal was to help users find trustworthy and reliable public health information without the reduce of spread, without the reduce of spread in misinformation. And to do this, they added features that help identify credible health content. Like, for example, if you're watching a health-related video, an information panel on the side could show up, and it shows details about the sources and the credibility. And many of the videos come from organizations that follow standards by the National Academy of Medicine and are reviewed in accordance with the World Health Organization's global health guidelines. Next. As for the content, over 50% of US adults use digital platforms to search for health information, and YouTube has become one of the most popular platforms for that. So, content on YouTube could take on many forms, such as shorts, which are fast-paced, designed for quick consumption. There are long-form videos that are the traditional horizontal videos we watch. There are vlogs for personal behind-the-scenes content, educational videos or tutorials like how-tos or lectures. There are live streams, reaction videos, and listicles, so like the top 10s, top 5 type videos. And with that, people will use healthcare for diverse needs and intentions. So they could use YouTube as a platform to seek support from others with similar health conditions, enhance their knowledge of medical conditions and procedures, and explore different treatment options. So the content usually includes visuals and is presented in an engaging form, which makes complex procedures, concepts, and medical advice easier for us to understand. Okay, next. And here are some examples of healthcare content you can find on YouTube. So, like in this class, the first example is advertising and marketing content, where health organizations like UCI Health, in this example, can promote their hospital services, health programs, or reach the larger demographic. Other examples could, oh, sorry, wait.
Trying to rush you.
Other examples could include like medical education videos, such as like this one, the cardiac system, medical demonstrations, training tutorials. And we can also see this example through our professors where they'll record their lectures and then post it onto YouTube, making it accessible for us students. And you could also find like health awareness content um, that could raise awareness about mental health and disease prevention. And these types of videos are important, which to reduce stigma and all that. There are also many creators that vlog and share their experiences on YouTube as a patient, and they talk about their surgeries, diagnosis, and recovery journeys. And you can also find like a whole bunch of a day in my life type videos by surgeons or nurses if you're ever interested in that. And we also have these doctor-led Q&As where medical professionals answer common health questions and give general advice while also clearing up any misconceptions. And that was our slide.
Good job.
Awesome. So
Even with
I'll
a few
pull up,
technical difficulties.
The first one.
I'll pull up the flyer one
Okay.
more time. It just has a
Good.
bunch of our information kind of reskinned, and then if somebody wants to talk about the second page briefly, they can do that.
And then the second page just goes more in depth. Like our slides, we have the uses in healthcare, the way it's building trust and brand awareness, some content you can find, how YouTube Health is helping patients, and then just our references.
Awesome.
Hey, any questions for the YouTube group? It is tough to go first, especially when you weren't expected to go first. So good job. Buddy? Okay, I saw Samantha come in. So group 4, are y'all ready to go now?
Yes.
Okay. Whenever y'all get it up there, super.
Okay, so today I'm going to be presenting the flyer before the presentation.
Okay.
Can you see my screen?
We can see it
Okay.
says that you're going to start sharing.
Yeah. Okay, so today I'm just going to be covering briefly the quick start guide for healthcare organizations when it comes to Instagram. Instagram is a social media platform that individuals or businesses can use to reach individuals to promote their brand or just for recreational reasons. The first step here is to download Instagram from the Apple Store or Google Play Store. And then following this step, it's pretty straightforward. It's to sign up using a business email to create a username and to choose a secure password. For a business account, first you need to go to settings, account, switch to professional account, and select business. That way, the algorithm knows what kind of business that you're trying to promote. Following the step, you need to add your logo, your bio, your contact information, your location, and your office hours. For your first step, there's going to be a plus sign in the middle of Instagram, and then you have to tap that button to upload your first video or your first photo with a caption and add hashtags, so that way it can reach more audiences. For reels, you can post educational reels for health tips, stories, and updates and insights for analytics. Always for healthcare reminders is to never post identifiable patient information, obtain written consent before posting patient content, and always include disclaimers such as for educational purpose only, and to regularly monitor comments. And here down below we have our references that we pulled. And now I'm going to be switching it over to Stephanie to start the presentation.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Can.
Okay, so our presentation is going to be on Instagram, the evolution of Instagram. It was founded by it was founded by a Stanford graduate, Kevin Systrom, who previously had worked at Google. It began as a prototype called Burban, named after his interest in liquor. The app originally allowed users to check in at locations to post photos, even though posting photos was not the main focus. And then Systrom secured ventures fundings and partnered up with a fellow graduate, Mike Krieger, who had worked at Meepo prior. And then it didn't launch on the Apple Store until October 6th in 2010. It immediately gained attraction. Within 24 hours, it had 25,000 users. By December 2010, Instagram had reached 1 million users and continued to grow. And then by 2012, it was acquired by Facebook for approximately $1 billion.
Anthony, are you able to move the slides?
Are you able to see the slide?
No, we're stuck on the beginning slide.
We're able to see them, but I think since you're sharing your screen, you would be the only one able to move them.
Are you able to see it now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so it's my turn. So here we'll be looking at what we can essentially use Instagram for. And on the next slide, we do see that we highlight patient communication. And the way that we're going to begin this is via stories and via highlights. So our main goal here is primarily to increase patient engagement. So what does this mean is we want to build a bridge between the provider relationships with the patient. We also want to make sure that patients are understanding. They're understanding what they're coming in for, why we're promoting these educational visits. We want to also share preventative health tips and wellness education. One of our main goals is to explain current symptoms to look out for and at what point patients should seek care. We also want to provide helpful tips, like being able to let patients know what to expect when they come in to an appointment. And we want to share information. Telehealth visits, because they're so brief and they're only on the screen for about 5 to 10 seconds. Essentially what it does is you will just tap on the story, and then from those screens, you'll be able to see reminders for screenings, vaccinations, and routine checkups. So just a quick reminder to keep in contact with patients is our main goal. And we want to make sure that we're using visual information to make sure patients are understanding the healthcare topics and what they're coming in for. And the next slide that we have is on, let's see here. Next slide that we have is utilizing post to communicate with patients. So explaining medical conditions through short videos or post will be great to establish that patient communication relationship outside of the hospital, obviously remaining in an ethical, keeping in mind the ethical standards, educational information and diagnosis treatment options. So I'm not sure if you guys have ever seen, for example, if you see a hospital post, what to expect for a a wellness visit, or what to expect for your colonoscopy, how to prepare. Look out for these 3 different tips. We want to introduce different clinical specialties and then utilize these posts to let hospitals know to offer it at the hospital or the clinic. And what's really great about this is we can be creative with posts, so we can do fact versus myth, utilize medical tips, and even meet the doctor. So we see that we can utilize the stories, the posts, and in our last slide, we will review the reels and how these brief videos can help as well. Let's see here. So reels are just short videos. They're up to 90 seconds. But what we can use this for is to promote the hospital, promote the clinic, share just community information, supporting healthcare. For example, examples of this would be supporting heart health, supporting cancer awareness. Ultimately, the main goal is to promote the programs and educational workshops that are available at clinics and hospitals to kind of bring the community together and get that involvement and participation from behalf of the community so that they can understand what to expect. And there's no better way to express this than via short 90-second videos. And that is all.
So now we're going to talk about how to create an Instagram account and how to set up a business account on Instagram. So there are 2 ways to create an Instagram account. The first way is to create an Instagram account if you are completely new and you don't have a Facebook account. So the first step is to open the Instagram app, or you can go onto instagram.com on your laptop and click on create new account. Then enter in all the information that is prompted, such as email, password, username, etc. After you have filled out everything, click submit. After that, a confirmation code will be sent to your email or your phone number, and then put in the code that they sent you and then click next. Read Instagram policies, then click agree, and now your Instagram account has been created. If you would like, you can add a profile picture and your name when prompted or clicking edit profile. The second way to create an Instagram account is if you have a Facebook account, note that you must be logged into your Facebook account and have the Facebook app prior to creating your Instagram account. And it has to be on mobile. So open up the Instagram app on your phone or tablet, then your Facebook account will appear. When your Facebook account appears, click continue as your name to sync your profile picture, avatar, and Facebook username across the 2 apps. After everything has been synced, create your username, then click read Instagram policies, then click agree. Now we're going to discuss how to set up a business account. So from the Instagram app, tap on your profile picture on the bottom right of the screen. Then click the 3 dashes symbols to go to your settings and activities. Then select switch to profile account. Select business account and click next. Then add your contact detail, and as an optional step, you can connect your business account to your Facebook. Then you can choose what business information to display, such as category labels or contact information.
In this section, I will be covering content strategy that healthcare organizations should use in Instagram. For goals is to educate patients with reliable information and to increase engagement and trust. And posting plans that healthcare organizations should be at least be posting 3 to 4 times a week with a mix of posts, stories, and reels. What to post, as Samantha was saying earlier, is educational health tips to deter from misinformation, such as myth versus fact, and even stats spotlights. Types of Instagram content in healthcare. So for Reels, which would be up to 90 seconds, during the flu season, healthcare organizations can use Reels to encourage vaccination, quick health tips, and preventative care education. As for educational posts, infographics explaining conditions or prevention, and to post myth versus fact information. And here we can see what are the differences between Reels and Instagram stories. Here are some examples of what we can post on Instagram. An educational topic could be flu prevention tips, simple infographic format, and clear to call action. So wash, cover, don't touch, and avoid. And during the summer season, we can remind our patients to always stay hydrated and delivered by a healthcare professional. Lastly, for best practices within the healthcare Instagram content is to always use and clear to easy understand visuals, to share correct research supported information, and to maintain a professional tone and credibility, and to focus on prevention and public for health education and to encourage engagement without replacing clinical care.
Now we're going into ethics and risk. Continue. Risk. Well, they have a compliance with Instagram. As right now, the entire team of Instagram lacks a business associate agreements that mandates HIPAA. However, ads can reveal IP addresses, location, and unique user IDs. Individuals can take screenshots, video recordings, before and after images. Too many details and actually review patients. Capturing clinical photos on an inappropriate device can also violate HIPAA. And even blurring out photos of patients can also violate HIPAA. So these are the next ethical professional boundaries for content creators and protecting patient info. Well, we have to obtain written authorization, consent before using photos, video recordings. Patients can revoke this at any time. Broadening target audience criteria such as age ranges and general population. And for professional individuals, avoiding attacking colleagues, stereotyping, biases. This can all leak towards, bad professional conduct, and that would be all. And here's our references.
Hey, good job. And like I said, I know it's tough to be on the first day. So, good job. Very well researched. Okay, I just want to make a note before we go to the next one. I know you probably see me looking over. I don't have two screens on this computer. So when I'm typing notes from your presentation, I'm having to look over to my other computer. So that's why when you see my head turning, that's what I'm doing. I just want to let y'all know. Okay. We've got one more group today, which is group 3 with Facebook. Are y'all ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Okay, so whoever wants to share. Anybody? Okay, sure.
So our group did Facebook and healthcare. So what is Facebook? Facebook's a social media platform that allows users to connect and share updates, photos, videos, and join community groups, direct message, and follow other organizations that include healthcare facilities to stay informed and engaged. The history and background of them was they were founded in 2004 by Mark Zuckerberg and his colleagues. Originally, it was designed for college students, and then it quickly expanded into the general public, and now it has become one of the largest social networking platforms. How to create an account step by step. First, you would download the app and you would then click create account. You would then fill in your personal information it asks for. You must provide an email or phone number. Once that is there, you would click sign up and then you will receive a security code and it will either send to your email or phone number. Once you have that, you click continue and now you have your Facebook account.
One of the biggest benefits of Facebook for healthcare organizations is that it provides an online presence where facilities can connect with patients and the public. It's also very cost effective compared to traditional advertising methods. Healthcare organizations can share information, promote service, and engage with their audience without spending large amounts of money. Another advantage is that Facebook helps organizations build a community around their services because when patients interact with posts or share information with others, it increases awareness and can strengthen the organization's reputation. Um, facilities use Facebook as communication and marketing tools to stay connected with their communities. Organization post updates directly on their page or use advertisements to reach audiences. These posts might include information about new services, health tips, events, or changes in clinic hours. While Facebook does offer a lot of advantages, there are also important ethical and privacy concerns to consider. One of the main risks is that the potential exposure of protected health information. If information is shared without proper consent, it can violate privacy laws and lead to serious consequences.
Okay, so yeah, our project was on Facebook and how we can use it in healthcare. So, brief overview, we'll go over the introduction, some functions, a step-by-step process on how to sign up for Facebook, education, and promotion. So, what is Facebook? Facebook is a global social networking platform that was launched back in 2004 by Mark Zuckerberg and his colleagues at Harvard. Facebook is owned by Meta and it connects billions of users worldwide. It allows sharing posts, photos, videos, events, and allows direct messaging. Facebook is one of the most widely used platforms for both personal and professional communication uses.
Now I'll be going over the uses of Facebook. So the primary purpose of Facebook is to connect individuals and communities, share information and updates, provide entertainment content, support business marketing, and creating groups for shared interests. For organizations, Facebook serves as a communication and branding tool, and we see how Facebook is not just a social media platform and how it has many opportunities for healthcare organizations to utilize it.
Okay, so I'm going to go over the step-by-step on how to create an account on Facebook. So first, you can either go to www.facebook.com or download the app on your phone and it'll just show up first. Then you're going to click create new account, enter your name, email or phone number, password, and date of birth. Step 4 is going to be to verify your email or phone number. Facebook will send you a code on whichever one you chose, either your email or your phone number. And you're just going to input that in and it'll confirm that you have the right information. Then you're going to set up a Facebook picture and your basic information. Then you can adjust the privacy studies or settings, and then from there you can add friends or follow other like healthcare facilities or anyone else like that.
And then I will also be going over how healthcare incorporates Facebook. Healthcare organizations use Facebook as a way to communicate with public and share important health information. Many hospitals and public health agencies post materials about topics like flu prevention, diabetes management, and heart health. This helps people learn simple ways to take care of their health. Facebook is also used to promote services like vaccination clinics, health screenings, or community events. Some even host Facebook Live sessions where doctors answer questions and talk about common health concerns. And next slide, please. And there are several benefits of using Facebook in healthcare communication. One of the biggest advantages is its wide audience reach, since millions of people use the platform every day. It's also very low cost for healthcare organizations to share information compared to traditional advertising methods. Another benefit is real-time communication, which allows organizations to quickly post updates during public health situations. Facebook also encourages community engagement because people can comment, ask questions, and share posts with others.
I'll be talking about the ethical and privacy consideration. So these healthcare organizations must protect patient confidentiality and must be in compliance with HIPAA. They must avoid sharing identifiable patient information, monitor the misinformation in the comments, maintain professional boundaries, and ensure the accurate evidence-based content. These social media policies are very critical in the healthcare setting.
Okay, so Facebook supports healthcare marketing in several ways. So hospitals and clinics create business pages where patients can find like updates, service information, and even contact details. They also use sponsored ads and event promotions to reach a larger audience. Another helpful feature is targeted advertising, which allows providers to reach specific groups based on things like age and location. And then using these tools, healthcare facilities promote services such as health screenings, wellness programs, new providers, and community outreach events.
So in conclusion, Facebook is a powerful communication platform. It connects communities and organizations globally. In healthcare, it supports education, engagement, and marketing. And the ethical and privacy considerations are essential. And when used responsibly, Facebook enhances public health outreach and patient communication.
Hey, good job. Any questions for any of the ones that went today? Anybody? Okay, and like I said, I know it's tough to go first, but good job. Thank y'all for turning on your cameras. Okay, so what we'll have left for Thursday are group, got here somewhere. It's groups 2 and 5, and 5 is on Twitter, and group 2 is on TikTok, and group 5 will go first on Thursday. Okay, so what we're going to do today we've got about 20 minutes left. So we're going to start going over the proposal. So I'm going to share that with you. But before I do that, let me be sure that I was checking to be sure I had everybody that's here and everybody that's not here. So the people that, and if y'all are here and I don't see your name, let me know. Aaron is not here, Hawabi, Megan, Stephen, and Valerie. Are any of you here and I missed you? Okay, super. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share the proposal that you'll be doing for the proposal part of your next project. So let me go over here and get it. I hope. Let me see. All right, where are you? It's not. Okay. All righty. Hopefully everybody can see this. And this is your sample business plan. This is your proposal, what you're going to be doing. So I want to try to be clear, but remember that you can always text me or email me or call me if you have any kind of questions on this, because I don't like anybody sitting at home and saying, I wonder what she wants. I don't understand. I don't know what she means, because if you're not understanding what's in the directions, then I'll figure out a way to say it differently. So it makes it easier for you. So I try to make my directions really clear. But I know sometimes, sometimes for me, I'm just, things just aren't clicking right. It just takes some other way of saying it. So don't ever feel bad about asking questions. So this is the proposal you'll be filling out. It needs to be APA correct if you're doing paragraph forms in there. You have to put your resources inside the proposal as well as your reference list at the end. So be sure that you cite it both in the proposal and in the reference list at the end. Be sure that they are cited correctly. So a lot of you know your APA, most of you do, but some of you are still struggling with this. So be sure you check your citations so you don't lose points for those kinds of mistakes. You can use bullets if it's a section that works with bullets, but you still have to have your sources in it. It can't just come out of your head. And remember that if there's 3 per person, but you don't have to dictate and tell me this source came from, whoever, from Jonathan or whatever. All you have to do is be sure that at the end that you have, if there's 6 people in the group, then you need 18 references used throughout the presentation. But I don't have to know whose reference is whose. So if one person has 4 and one person has 2 because of the topic that you have, that's okay, as long as the total is 18. Okay, so in this first question, the what do I include? This is just going to be a brief description of what your business is. Very brief, 2 or 3 sentences. If you're doing it on, I don't know, let me think of something good. A plastic surgery clinic or, something like dermatology clinic. Then you might say why you chose that and, what it is and where it's going to be located. Just like 2 or 3 sentences, just a very brief introduction. Then the second one is the marketing highlights. Now, before I get started, let me explain what the executive summary is. Let me back up and explain what it is for those of you that don't know what the executive summary is. It is actually taking everything that you put in the big part of the business plan, everything that the whole entire business plan, you're going to summarize it into what is basically 3 pages. Now, this business plan could actually be taken to a bank. And once you have all the information in here and it's complete, this is the very same skeleton business plan that a lot of businesses use that you have to provide to a bank if you want to try to get some money, or if you have to provide it to investors because you want to try to get some money to get started. This is the information they're going to be looking for. That's why we need it to be really complete, because I want y'all to realize, so many of my students and their goals will say, well, I just want to own my own business so I can work for myself. But nobody really realizes just how difficult it is to own your own business. I can tell you because in another lifetime, I was the vice president of a large engineering firm that did accident reconstruction. We started that business from scratch, and it ended up being a multi-million-dollar business at that time. And it was, it wasn't like I could go to work whenever I wanted to. I was working a full-time job besides that, and I had to quit my full-time job and I liked my job because our company just got too big. And if it's your company, you want to be sure that it's run correctly. So you either have to have people you really trust that are very competent, or you have to be an integral part of it. And you can't say, well, I'm just going to go in at 10 o'clock today and I'm going to take off at 4 because I want to go play golf or I want to go skiing or whatever it happens to be. I was there a lot of times from 5 in the morning to 11 o'clock at night. It's not that easy to run your own company, even as a consultant or anything else. So think about all that when you start thinking about, running your own company. But here is the executive summary really cannot be done until you've done the back part, until you've done the whole actual business proposal. Because what you're doing in the executive summary is you're summarizing the information in the back. So clearly, it will not be everything you put in there. It's just going to be the high points. Typically, an executive summary is about 3 pages. There is one, an example of a well-done one. It's a little old, so the APA may be off, and there may be a few things that are different. For the most part, it's what I'm looking for, and it is located on Canvas. I think under group something. So you can see what I'm talking about, but typically it's about 3 pages. And what happens is investors, banks, whoever you're trying to interest in boarding the ship with you is going to look at the executive summary first. If they don't think it's anything they would care to get involved with, then that's it. That's as far as they'll go. So you need to make that executive summary comprehensive and make it strong because that's what the purpose of the executive summary is. So basically, you've got your marketing highlights. You're going to look at what exactly are you doing in marketing that not every single thing you're doing, but what are like the main points you're going to be using for your marketing. Your target market summary. How are you going to address your target market? How are you going to find them? How are you going to figure out what it is that they need? You can think you have the best thing in the world, the best widget that ever was. But if the person who you're targeting doesn't think they have a need for it, it doesn't matter how good you think your widget is, because you're not selling the product to please yourself. You're selling the product to please, or the service to please your target market group. So how are you going to find your target market? And, how are you going to address their needs? Then a competitive analysis. And this is really important because every semester, at least one group gets it incorrect. When it's a competitive analysis is you have to find a real company that actually exists that would be your competitor if your company existed. You're creating a company, your group is creating a company that's brand new. And so you're going to look out there, you're going to canvass what's out there, canvass the area, and see who would be your biggest competitor. And they have to be a real company. You can't make them up. So that's who you're going to talk about in the competitive analysis. And in the back, it'll tell you the different areas that you're going to have to complete for the competitive analysis. And we'll go over that either today or tomorrow. And then you're going to summarize that under this number 4. Who it is, what they provide that you don't provide, or vice versa. You really, literally, you are looking at your competition and you're saying, how can I compete with this other company? What is it that they do that I can do better? Or what is it they do that I don't do? Or what is it they don't do? Maybe I can do it. Because you can fill that spot in the market, that missing spot, by what's missing in and I don't want 3 or 4 or 5. You need to choose one. And that is your biggest competitor. Okay, then the key marketing strategies. This would be what are the key things you're going to do in your marketing? What are some of the things that are the most important? What's going to really put you out there? I don't know if any of you watch Shark Tank. Quite often I make references to Shark Tank because they really, all the things they do are just like pieces of our marketing class. They tell them, they say, all right, what need does this fill? What is it that why would people come to you? What need are you filling that no one else can do? So your marketing strategies are, how am I going to let people know this is what I do? What am I going to provide that they can't get somewhere else? How am I going to be sure that it's out there and people know about it? Those kinds of things. Now, all of this is discussed in your book. This marketing, this proposal actually came from the back of the textbook. So all these different things are discussed in there. So key marketing strategies, again, what is it that's going to make me more inviting to my target market than my competition? Okay, operational highlights. What are things that are going to keep your company running? This can be the hours you're going to be open. You know, I always tell my students about this pediatrician in Florida that my daughter used to go to. You know, when people work, when women and men both work, it's very difficult to get your kids to a pediatrician during the banker's hours, basically 8 to 5. This pediatrician saw a need in the market. So she had her office hours like Thursday through Monday or Tuesday. She worked full regular days, Saturday and Sunday, but her days off were like I think Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe even Thursday. I can't remember. But she was open on some days. She would open at 6 in the morning and close like at 4. And on other days, she would open at 8 and close like at, at 9 at night or whatever it happened to be. But she actually listened to her target market and figured out that she would get a lot of the business because he would be able to address their needs of not wanting to take off of work to take their kids to get their shots or well baby checks or whatever it happens to be. So look at how your company can be more inviting. These would be parts of your operational highlights. How many, how long, what are you kind of like, how are you going to keep that business running? And then we'll go into more detail further on. Then the intermediary concerns or issues, these are things that, is a real concern maybe to get started, like let's say you want to be a MRI clinic or something like that. One concern would be how are you going to get the money to get that equipment? Another concern could be like the competition. There's already 5 of them in the same area, within a mile of where you're at. Other concerns might be the regulations and certifications you have before you can open. So what are concerns that are immediate that have to be addressed? Okay, your management team, you don't have to give me names, but you need to have, let's say, small companies, sometimes the CEO and the CFO are the same person. Are you going to have different people? Are you going to have the same people? How many staff are you going to have? You're going to have a receptionist that's also your file clerk. Are you going to have, what is your salary? How much can you afford for you to have the management team? Maybe the first year you're going to have one person that has 3 or 4 jobs, and then as it moves on, then it gets too hard for one person, then you'll open up other positions. But when you open up, who are going to be your primary management team as far as positions, not people. And then, is there a question? Okay. Then the financial highlights, this is going to be, you're going to take this from the back. And what are your financial highlights? How much money are you going to need to start? Where are you going to get that money? Let's say if it's doctors creating a clinic, maybe they're all going to pitch in $300,000 or $500,000 or whatever each. But where's that money going to come from? How much are you going to charge for different types of procedures? But it's only going to be the highlights here, remember. And what the person will be looking for is an overall, how much money is going to go out and how much money is going to come in during the first year. And then different companies, you have different unique concerns for different types of companies. Concerns might be anything from be it your location, because you're going to have to also find a real building. Might be that there's too much competition, might be there's all kinds of different companies have different concerns for, and when they're starting a business. So think about it and figure out, what makes this company different from others and what would be a special concern for this type of company. maybe if you're a specialty company, the difficulty in finding a doctor that specializes in that, that's willing to come to Timbuktu, Arizona, or whatever it happens to be. So what are the unique concerns? And you only need a couple, 2 or 3, specific to your company. Okay, so that takes us through what the executive summary is going to cover once you get through doing what starts with a company profile. Now, you need to have also on this number 1 in the executive summary, the name of your company. Not only because a lot of times people will name a company, and I'll be driving down the road and I'll say, I wonder what that is. Like I saw something when I was in Florida, and I was driving down the road and it said truck store. And I thought, it didn't look like a place that you would get vehicles worked on. So I thought, wonder what they have in that truck store, because it didn't explain what it was. So whatever you happen to, when you name your business, make it something people can understand what it is. So in here, I'd also, under the what do I include, I'd also like you to put the name of your company, whatever it happens to be. Okay, so this is where the actual proposal starts. The top part was summarizing it. So you've got your company. What type of organization is it? Are you like a healthcare dermatology? Are you a healthcare wellness spa? What type of organization are you? And what is the name of it? And what are your hours of operation? Again, think about your target group. Think about what hours of operation would work best for your particular type of business, that you could reel in new people and snatch them away from companies that are already out there. Okay, the scope of the line of service, that's what, and this, if you click on this link, it shows you some examples of what they mean by scope of the line of service. But this is what exactly are you offering and how deep into it? Like, are you offering, if you're a dermatology company or doctor, are you going to also offer products? And, what type of products? How, complete line, or maybe just one thing in particular? It just depends on what your company in, like I've seen lately popping up all over the place, clinics that are run by doctors that are strictly for the purpose of weight loss. So what is their line of service? Do they have bariatric surgery? Do they have Ozempic also? Do they have tummy tucks or whatever, sucking or whatever they call it, what do they offer? So that's basically what it is. What is your line of service? And then your clients served, that's who your target market is. Who are they? If you're working with long-term care, then you probably are not going to be targeting people who are like in their 20s. That doesn't mean you might not have some people in their 20s there because of accidents or because of, debilitary health or whatever, debilitary issues, whatever it happens to be. But that's not going to be your main target. So who are the clients that you're serving primarily? And you can put the other in as secondary, but your primary clients are who, you're really looking at. Now, the location of the clinics, I would recommend just one clinic. Don't get too ambitious, because once you find that location, you have to have a real location. You have to go to Zillow or one of the businesses that specializes in leasing business offices. Maybe you'll find an old doctor's office who went out of business, or an old dentistry clinic, or whatever it happens to be. And you have to get the address, a real address. You have to have, most of them will have a floor plan, or you can get a floor plan. That floor plan is going to have dimensions on it. It's going to have what you're going to call each room. If you can't find one, then you can do one on it. They've got lots of free apps on the web where you can create your own floor plan, but you need to know what it looks like. You need to know the size of the rooms. So that's something else you have to think about. So that's where the location, what's the address? Then you're going to describe what your business is. Again, that can be paragraph or bulleted. What exactly is your business and what services are you providing? This is a very easy one. Is it for-profit or nonprofit? Now, I'm going to very quickly just tell you that it doesn't matter whether you're nonprofit or for profit, you got to make money. So nonprofit, that's a designation that the IRS looks at and they say, okay, this is a nonprofit or organization. For profit is when you make money and it goes into that extra money at the end of the year, goes into the hands of the shareholders and anyone who is part of that for profit. That means that the money does not get put back in the company. It means it gets divvied out as dividends to the shareholders. Nonprofit, any extra money at the end of the year goes back into the company. People do not profit from however well the business does. Okay, I'm going to shut this down. We've gone through basically the first section, and you can always ask questions. If you think about it, you're not sure, you can ask questions on Thursday. All right, now, I don't want to overwhelm you. I know it looks like a lot of work, but when you divide it out among 6 people, it's not so bad. And I will tell you that every single semester, most of the groups say that they found this to be one of the most helpful projects that they've done because they had no idea what it goes into. And marketing is a huge part of building a business plan. If you can't market that business plan, you won't have that company because no one is going to help you with the money. And, no one is going to even know who you are. So all of this is built around being able to build your business and then market it to, well, basically you're peddling it to people who can help you with money. And also you'll have a very difficult time surviving if you don't have a solid business plan with goals. Okay. Any questions? We've got about 2 minutes. Okay. Y'all did a great job today. Proud of y'all. And look at this business plan between now and Thursday. Think about it. Come back prepared with questions if you have them. On Thursday, we'll do the 2 left remaining presentation. Jonathan, yes.
I had a
Jonathan?
quick question for the
Sure.
the discussion board on the social media.
Uh-huh.
Does everyone in the group need a comment on the flyers, or does the group leader only do that?
No, everybody.
Okay.
Everybody has to comment on the other 4 flyers.
Okay.
Okay? So
Thank you.
everybody's going to have 4 comments to put in there. Sure. Other questions about that? Alexis?
Yes. So same thing. So for the discussion board comments, are they due the day that the team presents, or is there like a set day where we need it? No?
Sunday.
Okay.
Sunday.
And then also for the group presentation, like the actual PowerPoint of it, so it has to be 4 to 6 minutes, correct?
It should be 4 to 6 minutes. If it goes over a little bit, that's okay. If it goes under a little bit, that's okay. But I don't want anybody up there doing 1 minute.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you.
Sure. And remember that the PowerPoint is part of the grade for your presentation, and the flyer is the grade for the actual project, if you're looking at it in your grade sheet. Any other questions on that? Okay. Y'all also have due this week, I think y'all have the 3rd Navigate due this week. Pretty sure. If I'm wrong, then I thought I saw it on there. Y'all did a good job on the one that came in that I just finished grading yesterday. So be sure you look at that before you do the 3rd one, so you don't make the same mistakes. All right. Any other questions? All right. I will see y'all on Thursday. Y'all have a good couple days.
Thank you. Good rest of your
You're welcome.
Professor Martinez.
Uh-huh.
Hi, so I'm currently at my clinic site. I've been able to tune in, but I was wondering if you can send the recorded lecture just so I can make sure I didn't miss anything.
Of course. Can you send me an email and remind me, because it takes I don't know, a few hours for the recording to drop down.
Of course. On
And
my
by
lunch,
that
I'll make
time, my
sure.
brain my brain will have left. So just send me an email. I'll be happy to.
Of course, I'll do so at my lunchtime just to give you time as well. Thank you.
Super. Tricia, you okay? Lorenzo, questions?